program. And is it over a specific amount of weeks or?
Yeah. So it's an 8-week group program. It's the Online Attraction Academy, and it's like a hybrid. We do weekly live Q&A calls, and we have the Slack channel for community aspect because I'm huge on community. And plus, I want to be involved in your business. I want my hands in your business full on. So
I'm getting that message. Yeah. I'm getting that message.
Right? It's like a little bit of a control freak, but in a good way, because I want to see you succeed.
Yeah. It seems like you're really passionate about that, which is cool. It definitely feels like, because I've taken some programs, not for entrepreneurship, but courses for other things. And one of them I took, it was like, it was a huge group, first of all, and they did pare us down into smaller groups, but it still was like, wait, the person who sold this program is nowhere to be found now. And we're in these small groups. And I don't know, I do think it makes a difference when people can tell when you're just like out to make money and when you're actually like really care and really want to be a part of people's journey, So I think it's very cool that you're like that, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to be part of their journey. I want to be able to help them get to that next level, and they feel confident. Like, that's the biggest thing. Cause I look back at my journey. It's like, how did I feel? I felt defeated. I didn't feel confident about my abilities, and I want to help them through those challenges and really give them those skills and strategies that they need to implement so that they can start hitting those monthly income goals.
When someone goes through your program, then I just wonder how, like, maybe I shouldn't get all up in your business, but I'm like,
no, you're fine.
Do you make a plan for like, okay, here's where I'm at. Here's where I'd like to be in this many years. And here's the steps I'm going to take to get there. And so each piece, everything that you launch sort of falls into that.
Yeah. So that's essentially like, I actually took like June and July off from my business because I wanted to revamp it. I want to make sure that I was aligned with the message and how I wanted to serve people. So like the scale of my business is like, hey, let me get you intro into like, hey, if you're just a service provider that needing, or anybody just needing help with generating leads, because sales is the bloodline of our business. Like, people keep thinking sales are icky, but let's be honest, let's remove the ickiness. If you don't have cash flow coming into your business, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. Like, plain, simple, cut, dry. I'm sweet and nice, but we got to be realistic as well. So I want to help you get that cash flow into your business so that you can have the cash to invest in the next level things and the next level support. So then comes my group program that really serves those early stages or any entrepreneurs that are really looking that support, that are looking to kind of go to that next level and getting those consistent income months. That consistent income month can look different to everybody. I don't want to put it at a 5K or anything, but right now they're probably making 1,000 to 2,000, and they probably want to scale to 3,000 to 5,000 because everybody's income goal is different. So Online Attraction Academy will give them those fundamentals on how to use attraction marketing to their benefits. And they're going to do how to content create so that it makes it easy, how to repurpose with ease, all those basic strategies that they need so that if they decide to, they can move on to work with me on a one-on-one level where we're going to be very strategic and now scalable. Like, how can we scale your business? That's where we're going to think about creating that product suite and creating those evergreen funnels, because why not make effortless sales? Like, this weekend, I did a mini course launch, and it was such a great result. And that was just only a 4-day launch. And I want to teach people like it gets to be easy like that. So that's where my one-on-one container, like, that's the next level. It's like, you should be making about 5K a month, and like, let's get you to that 5K to 10K months. And that's what my one-on-one container is for.
I guess like starting with a small product is great too, because, well, first of all, you get lead generation, but somebody's paying you for it, which is great, And second of all, it's like easier to put together, like, I know some people are so overwhelmed by the idea of putting together a course, or because I have so many friends, I'm like, you need a course. And I know it's just very overwhelming to think of like all the steps of how you would do that. But like a smaller product is like, okay, I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah, it's really, it's like everybody, one of the biggest mistakes that I see early stagers is like they're trying to do whatever, like somebody that's like 3 to 5 steps ahead of them. They're like, they don't have the audience size and they want to throw a course. And I'm like, well, do you know how hard it is to sell a course? It's like, you know how many bodies it is to sell that one small little course? The conversion is not there. We need to be strategic about that. So everything comes with time, and we need to be very smart. And that's where the whole intentional marketing strategy comes into play.
I love that. Also, you're like talking about like, hey, let's make 3 to 5K a month and then 5 to 10K. Because sometimes I see people gurus launching stuff and they're like, this person made $100,000 on their first launch. And it's like, well, but is that like a regular result or is that just like the best result? You know what I mean? Because it gives people an unrealistic expectation and then they're bummed when they only had a 3 to 5K launch. And it's like, that's still really awesome. And you're going to build on that.
And we forget that. We are sometimes I feel like with us being in the online space, like we get so jaded with the fact that everybody talks about, I made 6 figures. I made multiple 6 figures.
7 figures. I saw 8 figures the other day.
Yeah, it's like, that's awesome. That's amazing. Like you fast tracked your way. Something that takes a regular brick and mortar years to achieve. But also we have to think about it. If we were in a regular JOB, it would take us years, 3 to 5 years to be in a profit, first and foremost. So the fact that you're already making a profit a year to 2 years in, like that's kudos to you. And the fact that you gave yourself a $1,000 raise or a $3,000 raise in 6 months, that's a huge kudos because in your old 9 to 5, you're probably waiting every year to get a dollar raise. So like we have to think in perspective and we need to get those, like clean those goggles off and like really start thinking about. And that's why it's like, I always like to work with my clients. Like, what is your specific goals? Not what Gina over there has her goals in her 6 months and 100K in 6 months. Like, no, that's great for her. I'm not going to knock her. I'm going to say, but what is your goal? What's going to keep your lights up? What's going to make you happy?
Yeah, that's great. And if you can make $1,000 or $3,000 online, you can eventually make $100,000 online, but it might not happen on that first launch or the second launch,
Exactly.
I have a digital business, which isn't that. It's an Airbnb business, but which I guess it's like a weird hybrid because it's an online business, but it's not because people actually stay places. But that's been probably not the same as what you do. And that it's like, it can't be done in my sleep. Like I do have to pay attention to it, but it's been really great. It does allow some freedom and allow, like, I don't always have to be there. And, you hire people that help. And it is kind of fun to just be like, oh, I can make money and really not have to do that much. And it gives you, some people think that, and some people think that entrepreneurship is risky or scary, which, like you said, you did fail several times. Like it can be if you're not intentional about it. But I also think it's one of the safest things you can do because with the way jobs are now, where people can hire and fire you, overnight and you have no say about it, at least if you can make money online, you have some control and you know that you can continue to make money. If you've done it once, you can do it again. You're not at the mercy of a boss, which I think is huge.
You're no longer trading time for money.
So my sister the other night was saying, I'm always take the safe play way and I'm afraid to, jump into entrepreneurship. And I was like, yeah, but I actually think it's a safer choice in a way because you're in control. That way you build your own future.
Exactly. Honestly, I tried it. Like I tried to do the safe way. That's why I went to college. Like I was like that straight and narrow. Even though I had my daughter, it's like I still went, I have 2 college degrees and that wasn't safe because at the end of the day, I got this degree in human resources and I applied for several HR positions, but they would not hire me because I did not have experience. So how was I supposed to gain experience if nobody would hire me? So that's when I got so bitter about this. Like, it's a lie. It's like this whole college. It's like, and it's like, not that college is not worth it, but to me, it's like, we are saying that, hey, go to school, get a college degree. That's a safe route. But is it really? Because I did it. I followed to the teeth. I got the degree, but I kept getting my doors closed on me. So
yeah. And, if you're taking out student loans and stuff, it's like, is it really? I feel like that's another thing to be intentional about. Not that college is not worth it. It can really be if it really applies to what you want to do. But is it really worth it to take out student loans if it's not going to result in a way for you to get a job to pay those student loans? You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
And so, yeah, so I do think that is like a weird societal expectation that it really isn't right for everybody. A lot of my friends are performers and artists, and maybe it would have been better to go to a trade school for that as opposed to going and getting a 4-year degree,
Yeah. No, exactly. That's why, like, if I wish I knew those type of things, but I didn't. And that's what I like. I envy the youth of this generation right now. Cause although I'm only 29, like I still envy those that are fresh coming out of high school and just discovering. I was like, there's so much you can do. Like you don't have to go with the traditional business management degree or anything like that. Although those are great, but you have time to discover. Like there's so much, we're in a digital world now. The world is your oyster.
Yeah, like anything you're into, you can find a way to do that for your living thanks to the internet. It might not be easy. I mean, everyone wants to be a travel blogger, right? But you can do it. You can make it happen. You know, take the right class with the right person and find your mentor and figure it out, I guess. So if you had any advice for a young woman who kind of wants to be either a coach or an online entrepreneur, what would it be?
If you really set your mind to it, don't give up. Even if you're going through tough time, it's not working out for you, don't give up. If it's the pit of your stomach is saying keep pushing, listen to that, because that happened to me. Just don't give up easily.
Yeah, I mean, from someone who had 7 failed businesses, she's telling you, don't give up. And so what are some of the best ways people can connect with you?
I'm always hanging out on Instagram, so they can come follow me there. I always give out the juiciest trainings in there, and my DMs are always open. I have the Facebook community, and then my new way of working with me is going to be my online attraction academy.
How cool. And her Instagram is super cool. Like, you definitely have to check it out. I'm like so impressed by your Instagram.
Thank you.
Oh, she's really, really good at Instagram. I need to take a lesson from you. I wonder, will we have a link? I'll link them to your website, and then they can find out about the Online Attraction Academy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's been so wonderful speaking with you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Take care. Doesn't Thais just have so much energy, and her enthusiasm is so infectious? Here are some key takeaways. Number 1, don't give up. Number 2, go for it. Number 3, celebrate small wins. Making any amount of money online is a huge accomplishment. Number 4, to be successful, you have to focus on making connections at all times. Number 5, don't undervalue yourself. And number 6, remember why you started your business. It's fine to become addicted to it, but also remember to enjoy the fruits of your labor a little bit. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I know there are a million things you could be doing with your time, and I feel so honored that you chose to spend this time with me. You can view the show notes and the links to everything that was mentioned in this episode, including Thais's free content lesson for you guys, at my website, which is gxrlpod.com. And I also included links to Thais's Instagram, which you should totally check out because it's amazing, and her Facebook community, which I highly recommend checking out as well. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, please subscribe to the podcast, leave us a review so other people who might like us can find us, and share it with someone who might enjoy it if you know someone like that. I'm going to leave you with a song from the record that I just released yesterday with my old band, Bang Sugar Bang, and it's called Just Say Yes. All right, until next time.
Yes, 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 yes.